Hey everyone, look, if you've ever been standing there sweating at a foreign ATM, wondering if your card is actually going to work, or worse, if it just got skimmed, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're diving into a masterclass on how to completely avoid those brutal, trip-ruining banking mistakes abroad. I've spent years dealing with everything from busted card machines on tiny Greek islands to some pretty aggressive tourist traps in Mexico, and I'm going to share the exact battle-tested strategies that actually work in the real world. So, let's get right into it.
Let's go through this as a mindful traveler. That is our guiding principle today, straight from a brilliant guide on this exact topic. You can find the full breakdown we're referencing today over at mindfultravelers.ca/Canadian-debit-cards-international-travel-2026. It's a bit of a mouthful to say, but we are pulling back the curtain on some serious insider travel finance secrets today, so you can travel with absolute peace of mind.
Section 1. The Travel Payment Emergency.
Let's address the elephant in the room right off the bat. Because no matter how perfectly you plan out your itinerary, technology is eventually going to let you down. Picture this. You've just finished this incredible meal in a bustling piazza. The waiter brings over the terminal, you confidently tap your premium travel credit card, and it's declined. What do you do when the card machine is completely broken or your bank's overzealous algorithm suddenly flags your dinner as fraud? It is an incredibly stressful, panic-inducing moment. You absolutely need a rock-solid backup plan.
Think of your wallet kind of like a cybersecurity expert would. It's an approach called defense in depth. Your credit cards, that's layer 1. They get all the glory, the points, the fraud protection. But your debit card is layer 2. That is your ultimate emergency escape route when digital systems fail you, because it guarantees cash access and wide network acceptance. And of course, layer 3 is just good old physical cash, your analog backup. But here's the kicker. To even get to layer 3, layer 2 has to work flawlessly.
Section 2. The Boat Compartment Defense. Okay, so how do we build out this security strategy? The absolutely crucial point here is limiting the blast radius. Security-minded travelers never, ever expose their primary checking account, the one where your paycheck lands, to a random foreign ATM. You have to isolate your travel spending money. That way, if your card gets skimmed in a dark alley in Barcelona, that compromised card cannot drain your primary life savings.
And the way you achieve that isolation is through a multi-account defense. Both Wealthsimple Cash and EQ Bank utilize a completely separate account structure for their physical cards. Think of your finances like sealed boat compartments. You manually move a specific amount of money from your main savings compartment into the travel card compartment. If that travel card compartment springs a leak, say someone steals the card numbers, well, the whole ship doesn't sink. They can only get what's in that specific tiny compartment. It's a brilliantly simple defense mechanism.
Section 3. Limiting your ATM exposure.
All right, now that our funds are safely segmented, let's talk about the physical act of getting cash without getting robbed. I want you to memorize this safe withdrawal workflow. You keep your card locked 24/7. When you actually need cash, step 1, approach the ATM. Step 2, pull out your app and move the exact funds you need right into that separate card account. Step 3, instantly unlock the card in the app. Step 4, grab your cash. And Step 5, immediately lock the card again. This takes your vulnerability window from weeks or days down to mere seconds.
Section 4. Comparing top travel cards.
So which tools actually deliver on the ground? Based on 2 solid years of rigorous testing across 6 different countries, let's look at the ATM fees and foreign exchange markups for the heavy hitters. Both Wealthsimple Cash and EQ Bank offer 0% FX markup. 0. Even better, they actually repay you for those greedy global ATM operator fees. Wealthsimple reimburses up to $5 per transaction, and EQ Bank reimburses foreign operator fees entirely. Now, Wise, on the other hand, they give you 2 free withdrawals, but then they hit you with a 1.75% fee plus $1.50 alongside a small conversion fee. Also, notice the security features. Wealthsimple and EQ Bank both give you that dedicated ATM account structure we just talked about, complete with instant lock and unlock controls right in their apps. For pure cash withdrawals, Wealthsimple and EQ absolutely dominate the space.
How do we apply this in practice? On the left, Wealthsimple Cash is my primary ATM choice. It just has the ultimate security, user experience, an incredibly slick app, and push notifications that make that lock and unlock workflow a total breeze. But on the right is the golden rule of travel. EQ Bank is the perfect low-cost backup ATM card. You must always, always carry a secondary backup card. Because if your primary gets eaten by a machine on a Sunday afternoon, you just pull out your EQ Bank card and you're still enjoying your trip without skipping a beat.
And what about Wise? Look, it's ideal for complicated trips where you want to lock in exchange rates ahead of time across 50-plus currencies. If you're doing a grand tour of Europe and Asia, it's great. But for simple cash withdrawals, beware of those premium fees after your first 2 visits to the ATM. For a standard vacation, it's honestly overkill.
Section 5. Avoiding the currency trap. Finally, let's pivot to a major warning about literally the biggest, most prevalent legal scam in international travel today. 8 to 12%. That is the painful, hidden markup of the Dynamic Currency Conversion Trap, or DCC. You stick your zero-fee Canadian card into a foreign terminal, and the screen very politely asks if you'd like to be charged in Canadian dollars instead of the local currency. Sounds really helpful, right? Wrong. If you hit yes, they slap an 8 to 12% hidden fee right on the exchange rate.
So here is your golden rule. Seriously, tattoo this on your wrist if you have to. Always select the local currency. Whether you're at an ATM or paying for dinner at a restaurant, always decline the conversion. Choose pesos, choose euros, choose yen. By doing this, you force the machine to let your card network, like MasterCard or Visa, apply the fair mid-market exchange rate with absolutely zero markup from your Wealthsimple or EQ card.
So I'll leave you with this. Are you ready to secure your trip and finally stop paying the tourist tax on your own hard-earned money? Don't wait until you're sitting at the departure gate. Set up your multi-card strategy with Wealthsimple and EQ Bank right now, seal up those financial boat compartments, and go enjoy the world with absolute confidence. Safe travels out there, everyone.